Welcome back into Space City Home Network Studio. Lauren Callender alongside Brian Bogusevic. 4-hit shutout baseball through 6 tonight. How good are you feeling in this recent stretch, 7-1 in your last 8 starts? Earlier this season, multiple games on the road was kind of a daunting thought for this team, but they're currently riding a 4-game point streak. And what was noticeably different for you, Sevy, in that 4 games out east as opposed to the rest of their road games this season?
Joey Loperfido getting the start in left field tonight. As we know, notched his first major league home run last night. I talked to him during BP about what the last 24 hours has been like processing getting that first one.
Sometimes it takes changing your cleats to get things done. We're going to take a look back at Kyle Tucker's night last night. He began the night in orbit-themed neon cleats, changed them after striking out 3 times, and then what, Brian? 2 consecutive homers.
And this afternoon, Houston looks to Spencer Arrighetti to take the final game from Milwaukee. He's the focus of our Texas Power pitcher presented by Ford.
Let's take a look at our starting pitchers here tonight. You mentioned Jonathan Cannon, the rookie, in just his 6th career major league start. Nearly throws a complete game, shutting out the Astros. Good stuff from the right-handed pitcher. Framber Valdez went 6 innings, but those walks just really detrimental in this one.
Yeah. Really broke things open with that 3-run shot in the 6th. How good did that one feel leaving your bat?
Man, home runs are always good.
Willie Mays was a guy that you don't think ever got booed anywhere, even in opposing stadiums. Everyone with different backgrounds, different races, all loved him. And I think that speaks volumes, especially in that era of baseball.
But you have to remember, this team was 12 games under 500 in mid-June, 10 games out of that top spot in the AL West. So this has been a remarkable push for a team that, again, has been without Kyle Tucker in that span. First pitch is coming up next here on Space City Home Network. Jose Altuve leads things off for the Stros. We'll be right back. Trey Cabbage robs Julio Rodriguez. Then you look to the other side of you. Joey Loperfido lays out to end the inning. A big night for the Astros outfield. What'd you think of those 2 catches?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable plays. And
one caused kind of a ruckus last night, didn't it? He struck out Jose Altuve in the top of the 3rd, and that strikeout would cause a series of events that would lead to Astros manager Joe Espada eventually getting ejected. If you see here, Jose Altuve at the plate, pitch at the top of the zone. Altuve disagreeing with that call, visibly frustrated. We rarely see the type of reaction that we're going to see from Jose Altuve. Since May 13th, the start of this homestand, the Astros bullpen has posted the lowest ERA in the league. Josh Hader owns a 1.26 ERA in his 11 appearances. Ryan Presley looked good after his return. Taylor Scott, Seth Martinez, the list goes on. And of course, Mike Brian Abreu lights out on Wednesday. Well, Jake got the start against Chicago back in December in that overtime win. You remember he denied Patrick Kane a game-winning goal in overtime. The Stars went on to win it. Sevy, what do you remember most about that OT win for Dallas? Miller having a great season in Oakland, but coming out of the Astros bullpen, Josh Hader has been absolutely electric in his last handful of appearances. We knew it wouldn't be long for the Astros to get this one back. Leave it to King Tuck, his 17th of the season. Ties it up for the Astros. It's a 5-5 ball game in the 7th.
The Astros took the series opener last night thanks in large part to that huge go-ahead 3-run shot in the 5th, courtesy of Jeremy Pena.
An interesting start to the season. Now we enter the second half. Looking back and reflecting from opening day to the All-Star break, what are some of the biggest things that you've learned about this team?
Persevere.
If you go back to the 2020 playoff run in the bubble, Miro Heiskanen showed just how important he is to this Dallas Stars team. This series, no different. What has stood out to you about Miro in the playoffs, and does anything this time around look similar to that 2020 run?
Yeah, hey, Bogey, TK and Blummer were talking at the end of their broadcast. You're the Chicago kid. I'm a Chicago kid, too.
We are.
Not Southside like you are. You grew up near this ballpark, and any good memories? Hanging out over there?
The first and foremost 5-game winning streak. You guys have won 7 of the last 8. Overall, what's it like in the clubhouse right now, especially winning these games at home? The morale's got to be pretty high, right?
Absolutely.
Your 3rd multi-homer game of this season, 6th of your career. Is there a mindset shift in those instances after you hit the first one?
5 Stars defensemen have recorded 5 or more goals this season. How has this D-core been so effective offensively?
And this team looking to secure a playoff berth for the 2nd straight season, 4th time in the last 5. What's the approach heading into this one and the next 5 following games?
Well, I think it's just get to our game.
Jason, clinching a playoff berth wasn't a matter of if, but when for this team. How good does it feel to officially be headed back to the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Moving forward, he would like to see this team establish the forecheck and find a sense of urgency, both of which he did not see from this group here in the first period.
Well, much like the last meeting against Vancouver on March 14th, tonight between the pipes for Dallas, 25-year-old Matt Murray making just his third career NHL start.
AJ, we've gotten to talk a lot in the last couple of weeks. That's a good thing, huh?
I can get used to this. These celebrations are unbelievable.
Let's start with Lauren for more on Jim Ned's run.
Thanks, Ted. Well, we all know what a tough road it is to make it to Arlington in December. And for Jim Ned, their toughest challenge came in round 3, where they succeeded in knocking out #1 ranked Brock, a team that many thought were a shoo-in for the state finals. The weeks following that game were not easy either.
Carlos, we talked to you in Boston after that big win. How much more exciting is this? Now we're headed to LA tomorrow.
Well, we're American League champions. We accomplished that. Now we're going for the main goal, and that's winning the World Series. So we're really excited to go out there in LA.
It's no secret Jose was hurting throughout the second half of the season into October. You utilized him as the DH in the ALCS. Following day, he went straight into surgery. Have you ever met a guy as tough as Jose, and will he be ready by the time position players report?
Yeah, determined is an understatement.